Round of applause for the chaotic family.
Nice one.
Round of applause for the chaotic family.
Nice one.
Could you round of applause for the chaotic family? Relax, yeah. Could you be brutal, guy? You wait.
What am I watching?
All protocol observed. It's a K. First point.
Now second point.
Second point. Kojo's report was fantastic yesterday.
Wow.
You did some geography, eh? She was using, the western southeast of Odona on latitude 23.5, longitude 6.5, Antarctic circle.
No, say the thing. Hold on. Ghana is on latitude 0.
Yeah.
Longitude 0. So it cannot be 23. So
it can't.
You are not quoting.
So I can't quote.
You see what
I can't quote Arctic circle or Antarctic circle.
Where is that one too?
I can't quote the Tropic of Capricorn or the Tropic of Cancer. I'm telling you, Kojo, you're a fantastic guy. You see, I'm confused him too.
People have gone to find some old school fees receipts in their old trunk, and they decided that they have to justify the amount of money that was spent on their geography class. They are now coming to tell me about Cancer and Capricorn.
No. But yesterday, Kojo's report.
Oh, fantastic!
But you know one thing I saw.
What did you see?
I mean, I actually like the fact that he stepped into the rainwaters with his shoe.
Fantastic. I hope the shoes good now.
Those shoes, the way I was planning to go somewhere with them.
Hazards of the job.
But George wants to find out if the shoe is still in good shape.
Good shape.
We'll see. I have to do some rehabilitation work and see.
Chaotic self
all over the place.
Happy birthday to Kiki Araba Esedwa Patels of Al Said Academy. We pray for good health, long life for you. May you grow in the fullness of God and break new grounds. We love you so much. From Dad, Ekol, Mom, Eunice, Sister, Kukwa, Uncle, Sami Patels, my big man, Auntie Amanima, and the rest of the family. So, chaotic birthday to you, Kiki Araba Esedwa Patels.
All right, now, chaotic birthday to Mac Bubuama. He's a media and communication consultant.
Yes.
The message is he means so much to all of us. His love and dedication to his family is very much appreciated. We wish him well.
This is coming from Darryl Kwao. Okay. Let me show. I told Darryl's wife, but anyway, this is the message he sent. Please wish my beautiful wife, Evelyn Gatti, a happy birthday for me from Frederick Edu Amwako of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. You've got a chaotic shout there?
There's one from Councillor George Lutrot. Who wants his wife, Abigail Lutrot.
Wow.
Wished a happy birthday, and it says from Reverend Councillor George Lutrot to my wife, Mrs. Councillor Lutrot. Monday Warrior. And it says and certain family members wishing her long life and good health from God up above.
That's right.
Today is Albert Isuman's birthday.
Albert.
Parliament of Ghana.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you, Mr. Isuman. Now I got a birthday wish on Twitter. I need to do this quickly. It says, please, I want to wish my sister Mrs. Araba Bedu of Maersk Line a happy birthday today, and Mr. Reynald Bedu, her husband of Stanbic Bank Ghana head office, a belated happy birthday, which was yesterday. Isn't that cute? May God bless them with increase. And this is from the Quaison family in Bachuna.
Oh my God!
I've got more.
You got more? Okay. Yes.
This one says, please wish my beautiful wife Evelyn Gatti. Have you said this already? From
that
one. Kindly wish my daughter Frances Ama Reku Brobe a happy 20th birthday. This is from Dad Franklin Reku Brobe, also known as DJ Apuzu.
Okay, the Reku Brobe was
there. Wishing her long life, and he prays that God grants her all her heart's desire. Good morning to everyone in Kumasi, especially you, Frances Irama Reku Brobe. Also, George Money, CEO of George's Pub. Tema Community 2, Italian Flats. It's your birthday today, and there's a message from Johnny Dads. He says, and here's another one. Cheer up, Jude Palmer in info. Absu 93. I know Jude. He's a really cool guy.
Jude.
Yes, Jude in info. He lost his dad. He was a year ahead of me in school. He lost his dad. Sorry about that, senior. The Absu fraternity is solidly behind you in this trying time.
Okay, we got another chaotic shout. This is a birthday. Happy birthday, is it? Okay. Right. So a fantastic listener of Joy FM and a supporter of Liverpool. Okay, this is Clarissa Pigmas Wallace.
Wow.
Okay, so salute. Enjoy your birthday today. Because also, we're going to get straight into it.
Why don't we?
Before we go into everything about school, this is a belated happy first birthday. You know this name, I don't know whether it's Menai or Mene.
Menai.
That's
Mene.
No, because Suleiman Tari's wife pronounced Mene Donko.
Which tribe in Ghana names?
Suleiman Tari's wife has a similar name, and it's pronounced Mene.
So my question is, which tribe in Ghana?
Menai Okaiko Cookie Afro. We pray that you shall continue to grow in the grace of God from your sister Shida and dad and mom. We love you bunch. So that's it basically.
Are we making it? Shall we have to talk about the school? We'll talk about the school.
School.
I won't go leg. I won't go Methodist. I won't go tag. I want the house. Mama Poppy say house. I won't go Accra or Diboli. I won't go Ashanti. Poppy gets money. Yeah, he gets chow. Hey. Wow. Me I get sick. They give me dontology. Agbaja then. For this economy, hey, Charlie, how? I will take the house, how? Oh, me, I get sick, that be where I pick. Them give me architecture, but me, I know the base. Cause I they go steady chicks, them my face, them my chest and hips. Me, I won't go tech. After my head.
So this one, let me ask Winstonia.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable sending your child to school?
To go and do what?
What's the school?
Final year.
I don't have a child in the final year.
So if you had a child in the final year?
I don't have a child in the final year.
If you did,
would you send them to school?
Well,
final year.
You know, this is a very difficult question, and the fact
the
fact that I do not answer questions, but I'll tell you something. You have a situation where your child has to sit for exams.
Yes.
Exams that would determine the child's life. So you're handicapped under the circumstance.
Yes.
What you should be asking for is a reconsideration of a decision to say that children should go to school, particularly when you have a situation where teachers can go out there, they could come back to schools, and we've not tested everybody to ensure that those who are coming to school do not have COVID-19. Mind you, 91% of Ghana's population is asymptomatic. I mean, when it comes to the COVID-19 cases in Ghana, asymptomatic. It means they show no symptoms. You wouldn't know. We have tested about 250,000. What it means is that we cannot test the over 270,000 teachers that we have.
As the teachers who?
Teachers. Yeah, the students.
Hundreds of thousands of students that we also have. You see the problem?
So let me explain my difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, all through this, when government announces the lifting of sanctions, restrictions, the first thing that comes to my mind is, what is the contingency plan if things go wrong? For me, that's the thing that will give me faith in a plan.
Yeah.
That if things go wrong, this is plan B.
Yeah.
Then I know you've thought it through. So let me ask this. For example, if the kids are all in school, 2 days to exams, and then we find that one school has an outbreak of COVID-19.
What's the plan?
For that school and its students? Or maybe a number of schools in a certain area, suddenly outbreak, 2 days to the exam. What is plan B? I want to know plan B before I can assess it properly and decide whether I'm going to have faith in this plan or not. And because I haven't heard the plan B, nobody has told me what plan B is. So it makes me ask, have we thought it through all the way through? These are people's lives we're talking about. People's children. Precious cargo. Me, the way I value my child.
Like you made the point, are schools even going to invest in making sure at least that they test all their students before they come back to school?
The president has already, said in a meeting at Jubilee House with some stakeholders, including teacher groups. He said, no, so the whole country,
So it's a bigger discussion on the morning show. We're going to but for now, let's jump into the JoySports Center, which is brought to you by
MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# to enjoy bundles that don't expire. It's also brought to you by Standard Chartered Bank here for good. Now, say goodbye to memorizing 1,001 short codes. Experience complete one-click access to all MTN services with the My MTN app, and check your airtime, your data, and your Momo balance. Buy bundles with airtime or MTN Momo. You can monitor your data usage and calls made. You can access your MTN Momo account and so much more, all with My MTN app. Download the My MTN app from the App Store or Google Play Store today and get 50 megabytes of data for free. Yes, 50 megabytes of data for free. Oh, sounds so good. I feel like a circus ringside announcer.
Easy.
Yes, just by downloading My MTN app. Let's fight COVID-19 while doing the things we love. We are good together everywhere you stay. Now, at Standard Chartered, your safety and well-being is important to them, okay? So they understand that there may be heightened levels of anxiety during this period, and they want to encourage us all to remain calm. All we have to do is stick to the precautionary measures. Wash our hands frequently, use alcohol-based hand sanitizers, avoid touching our faces, and remember to cough or sneeze into a tissue and dispose of it immediately. Now, at Standard Chartered, they've got health and safety units that are cleaning and scrubbing everything you could possibly touch if you were to go to a branch of theirs. But of course, because of the protocols around social distancing, the advice is, look, use the digital channels, SC mobile app, straight to bank platforms, which are available 24/7 for all transactions. And the good thing, of course, is that you might just win amazing rewards anytime you transact on SC mobile. So please stay safe and keep well. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And here for the sport this morning, coming up.
Looking for Goretzka, back to Alphonso Davies, now drop on, put one foot in and take the ball away, but still Bayern Munich doing all the best. That was a sip! What a goal from Kimmich! Whereas the goalkeeper Berkey was out and really off his line, all he did was put that ball, sit and think the goalkeeper, and Bayern Munich lead by 1-0. Here the Signal Iduna Park, and here's quick clap, and that's the kind of scream from the man who scored the goal. Joshua Kimmich says the job is done.
Bayern Munich face Eintracht Frankfurt in tonight's German Super Cup semi-final with live commentary on your slate, Joy 99.7 FM at 7:45. Our build-up then is at 7:30. Last night, Bayer Leverkusen secured a place in Saturday's final after 3-0 win over Saarbrücken. More to come on the German Cup later, but first. The new board of directors of Asante Kotoko has been told to desist from signing new players, at least for a season. This directive from life patron and owner of the club, Otumfuo Seiti II, was communicated by his chief of staff, Kofi Dadu, to the new board at a meeting yesterday.
Player development must be the key to the future of Kotoko. Unfortunately, because of recent practice by which players are purchased and dispensed with almost as we purchase and dispense with our jerseys, it is no wonder that Kotoko has failed lately to reflect the club's traditional rank in its performance. To underscore the end of this unhappy model, Otumfuo has directed that Kotoko shall not recruit any new players into the first team for at least one season.
So then, what's been the reaction in Kumasi since the announcement? And I put this question to my colleague Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, who works with Lava FM in Kumasi.
Well, it's actually been a mixed reaction from the fans and all over in here. Some believe that for Asante Kotoko to get back on the highest rank of the ladder when it comes to football in Ghana and Africa, where the focus is, they should be getting the best players on the continent, if not on the continent, at least in the country. So for the transfer ban to be placed on the team at this moment will become a bit difficult. Some of the notion that, and as much as they would want to do away with high spending, if you want to build a very vibrant academy, you need to bring in the best of quality, good quality young talent. And they feel that with the ban on getting in players will be very difficult to have that vision of getting the best available young talent to build a very solid academy. So that has been a bit of a worry for some of the fans, as well as some of the football enthusiasts who are following Asante Kotoko's issues with keen interest.
Now, away from Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, former sports minister Neil Vanderpool has added his voice to recent revelation of how captaincy cost Ghana the 1992 Africa Cup of Nations title. Neil, who was then the sports journalist, tells JoySports the situation was not well managed.
The two of them, I think, as a country, did not manage the two of them well. They were our two most prolific stars at that time. And so each one of them will have an ego. Each one of them will have a sort of aura around him. And a lot of our players will tend to lean towards one of them depending on how magnanimous that person was. So there were some of the players who were always leaning towards Antiba because one, they may be his friends already. Two, they may have played with him in the same team, or because he was to play in Kumasi, some of these players were in Kumasi, either playing for Corners or Kotoko or other place. So he had that relationship with them. Abedi Peletu is an Accra boy, and he also have played with RTU, so we may have some players from RTU stock who were around at that time. And also because in Accra boy, he tend to have some relationship with Accra boys because sometimes on weekends they play together, on Mondays they play Monday Stars and all this. So that was there. It's a reality, and I think the managers should have had that at the back of their minds and try as much as possible to create that team atmosphere and break down that sort of lineages before the tournament.
Well, Neil, like all of us, I think, simply cannot wrap our heads around why there are always issues with Black Stars captaincy.
Manchester United had players like Maguire, Paul Pogba, Matic, and everybody. If you look at the team, Maguire was just a new player. He came in the very year. He was made a captain. Has they affected Manchester in any way? No. They are playing together as professionals. So as our players play in those teams, they play in those European teams and all over the world. And these things are done there. It doesn't affect them in the team. They play and achieve results. Why is it that when it comes to the national team and these things are done, that it becomes so much of a problem to them as individuals and affecting the collective? It's my worry. It's something that I always want to ask. That these players, they play in Europe. Some of these decisions are taken in Europe. It doesn't affect them. They don't complain. They put out their best output and achieve results. But when they come to the national team and some of these things are done, then they get incensed, they become hysterical, they look their psychological build-up, and it affects the whole team. And I think it's a worry. It doesn't complement their level of professionalism.
Former Sports Minister Neil Vanderpool there, speaking to my colleague Haruna Mubarak. Now, I need to tell you, I don't need to remind you because we know football is back. And that's why we have a special show for you tomorrow, Football Returns, and that's going to be on the Joy News channel on Multi TV. You're free to air. We are free to air, you know, so your digital television you can watch as well. It's a special edition of the PM Express, and you know when we step in that space, it's a big one.
The last time was legendary. And we're just going the same direction to tomorrow at 9 p.m. Kojo, you know we have now announced two of our guests. There are three. We have Carl Chabalala of Super Sports and Premier League TV. Yes.
And then we have Jim Beglin, who is a co-commentator. He's always with Peter Jury. He's going to be on with us.
Wow.
You wait for the third guest. We'll announce that later today. And then we'll get ourselves ready for the show. Hey! Joyce was the one him say one time.
That's so one
time. When
we
we step in the space, it's one time.
It's as simple
as that. Ladies and gentlemen, your hashtag is PM Express. We'll be looking forward to that. But whilst we build up to all of that, we know football is back in Austria, just as other countries. Games are being played behind closed doors. Ghana midfielder Majid Ashimeru, who plays for Red Bull Salzburg, tells JoySports they're adapting to the new normal.
I mean, it's strange, but I think we have to get used to because of the situation now, because it's better for us and also the fans. So I think it's something we have to get used to and appreciate if we can play behind closed doors. Because I mean, for the past 3 months we couldn't even go out, all lockdown. So if we can go out and play behind closed doors, then I think it's a good thing and better for we and the fans. So I think we have to get used to it. It feels like we are training, but when you know the situation you are in, you will it if you are playing the game behind closed doors, because I think we know what the world is in right now. So I think it's nothing we have to complain about.
Majid Ashimeru speaking there to my colleague Benedict Owusu. Now there's more to come. We'll be speaking to more Ghanaian players who are outside before our show tomorrow, so you have to look out for that. And now we know that Lisbon is a favorite to host an 8-team Champions League knockout tournament in August. Now, if it's given the go-ahead by the governing body UEFA is planning to move the final from Istanbul, where it's due to be held. That was actually due to be held on the 30th of May. That didn't happen, but it's going to be a new format. The Europa League final as well was due to be held in Gdansk, Poland on the 27th of May. It's now likely to be moved to Germany. Europe's Continental Cup competitions were stopped in March because of the coronavirus pandemic. UEFA Executive Committee will make its decision on the 17th of June, and we're following that very closely. We know Bayer Leverkusen are already through to the final of the German Cup. We'll find out tonight if Bayern Munich will join them or Frankfurt will find a way around that. Remember the live commentary here on Joy997 FM with our build-up at 7:30. All of this is brought to us then by Star Times and powered by JoySports. Now let's end on a boxing note or on a pugilistic note, because we know boxing is making a return after the sport was halted due to the coronavirus pandemic. Fights will take place in Las Vegas under strict protocols, as the BBC's boxing reporter Adi Adedoyin explains.
Bob Arum has described this as one of the most challenging events that he's ever had to put on. And you're talking about a man whose career in boxing promotion dates back to the Muhammad Ali era. There'll be no fans or journalists in the arena tonight, which is a ballroom at the MGM Grand. The commentators won't be there either. They'll have to broadcast from a remote booth. And there's going to be another show there this Thursday, and the plan is to host 10 events there between now and mid-July. Arum says that he's had to create what he calls a bubble, an area within the MGM to house the fighters, which is sealed off from the public. They'll have to adhere to very strict protocols. They can only leave their rooms for designated training and have to be regularly tested as well, which is quite costly.
All right, that's the BBC's boxing reporter, Adi Adedoyin. Kujo, we'll be hearing from Adi Adedoyin on Friday in the locker room. He'll tell us a lot more, because we know the boxing fights just later today and at dawn on Thursday. So he'll give us a report of how everything went, and then we'll have a discussion about how boxing wants to return, or how boxing would love to return. So great stuff there. We're looking forward to tonight's commentary here. We have Bayern Munich versus Eintracht Frankfurt. That's a semi-final game for you. And then tomorrow we've got football returns on the PM Express special edition. You do join us for that. On Friday we'll do our big previews and reviews. We've got a whole plan before the English Premier League steps in. And then we have our big announcement on Serie A and La Liga. JoySports.
There is no sport like JoySports.
No.
Oh, yes,
it's the Kenya.
Now, good morning to all of you listening to